Hi everyone, today we're looking at obsidian. This is actually 2 boxes of obsidian, and then there's a big box of some unpolished obsidian I'll show you also. So this is kind of more the plain black stuff. I kind of sorted through this a little bit before the video to look at some different ones. And this is what you might think of when you think of obsidian as just a black stone. So this is volcanic glass. And when you tumble it, you got to be a little bit careful that it'll sometimes have gas bubbles in it, and as you tumble it, it kind of releases gas into the tumbler and inflates the tumbler, pressurizes it. So you'll see the ends of the tumbler bulging out, and it can even blow off the top if you're not careful. I don't think I've had too much problem with obsidian, the stuff that I've done. I did have some problem with that color changing glass. It really bulged the bottom of my barrel out. I had to check it every day and let the gas out a little bit. So let's look at some more varieties. Before I do that, let's take a look at an unpolished piece. So I believe this is just plain black obsidian as far as I can tell. You can see some places where it's chipped away. I've never collected this stuff myself. I don't know of any obsidian here in Michigan. There might be some, but I don't know of any. I never heard of anybody finding obsidian in Michigan. So I imagine this is what it looks like laying on the ground, kind of weathered like that. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Got some dust on their table there. This is mahogany obsidian. And so this will have kind of this orange color in it, and stripes, and sometimes it's more orange and less black, and sometimes it's more black with just a little bit of orange. This is a nice piece. It's hard to show this stuff because it shines or reflects so much you just end up seeing the room. This is my second shot at doing the video. The first time I had all the lights in the room on. Now I've got them all off except for two lights just for photography. I'll do the best I can. So that's called mahogany obsidian, and it seems to be a pretty common obsidian from what I've seen. It just seems to be a little more readily available than some of the other ones. And here's a piece of unpolished mahogany obsidian. You can see a little bit better where it's cracked there. Alright, this was in my obsidian batch, so I think it's obsidian. I couldn't tell you what kind it is. It's a sort of a gray color. It's not particularly nice looking. And this is a green obsidian of some sort. Don't know the name of that one. There's a lot of different types of obsidian with names. I know this one. This is snowflake obsidian, for obvious reasons. I only have those 3 little pieces. I might have more of this mixed in some other of my mixed batches. That's all I've got in these boxes. And here's some striped ones. I hope you can see these. You see the stripes in there? They're not real distinct. That one shows up a little better. Here's a nice one. And some of these you can see light through and some not so much. See if we can see it through this one. It shows through some layers of it better than others. So I know there's things like rainbow obsidian. I don't have any of that. That's really cool stuff. But some of the obsidians, as you move them back and forth, they kind of change colors. And the color kind of moves around on them. I picked out these few that kind of do that a little bit. You see that in there? Sometimes it's kind of gray and sometimes it's kind of more black. Let's try this one. See that? Kind of looks like the Northern Lights or something. It's probably the best one right there. I know if you cut this to make jewelry, make slabs to make cabochons or something, you have to be careful which way you cut it. Depending on which direction you cut it in, you get to see all these effects, where if you cut it the wrong way, you don't see any of it. See that right there? Cool stuff. Here's one that I picked out just because you can see light through it quite a bit. Of course, the thinner they are, the more you're going to be able to see light through them. And then this one is not obsidian. I believe this is goldstone, which is a man-made glass. It's pretty cool though. All these little sparkles all through it. This one's a dark green. It comes in different colors. So, goldstone. Glass and obsidian tumble up the same in my experience. And I got one more raw piece I wanted to show you, or a rough piece. This is pumpkin obsidian. Most of the pumpkins I'm seeing are a little brighter color than this, but that's what I was told it's called. And I like this one because it's got a really good example of a concoidal fracture. See how that kind of looks like a seashell? It's got that rounded shape. There's a lot of rocks that break with concoidal fractures, which gives you a hint as to what kind of rocks they are. Agate does that, jasper does that, chert does it, but obsidian really is obvious. There's some other ones here I didn't point out before. See how all the chips are rounded? So that's called concoidal fracturing. All right, so that's your tour of my obsidian collection. Don't really know what else to say about it. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I was just taking the still photos for the end of the video, and I ran across this rock, which has some of that rainbow look to it. See that? I don't think that's very good rainbow obsidian, or if it's rainbow obsidian at all, but it has that effect I was talking about. So I thought I'd pop the camera back on and show it to you. There you go. See you next week.